Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Celtic Way. It's Celtic versus Ross County lineup reaction. Rodgers rings the changes as Bernardo, McCowan and Idah start. I'm Tony Haggerty at the Haggerty10 on the X Twitter handle. And as always, I'm delighted to be joined by Ryan McGinley at the Ryan McGinley on the X Twitter handle. He's somewhere in a car park near Parkhead. Ryan, how are you doing, sir?
Things are good, yeah. I wish I could have had more characters to describe all the changes in the team. I had to actually cut it down. The first headline I did was 110 characters. You only get a maximum of 100. So unfortunately, Bai had to leave the headline, but he's in there too. I'll just read out the team, Tony. That's today. So it's Kasper Schmeichel starts and goals. Changed back line, 2 changes. And Alex Bai, Liam Scales, Cameron Carter-Vickers and Alistair Johnson. You've got a midfield 3 of Callum McGregor, the captain, Luke McCowan, who comes in, as does Paulo Bernardo. Then a front 3 of Adam Idah up top, accompanied by Daiza Maeda on the left and James Forrest on the right. Let me just read out the subs very quickly. I had them up and now I don't. The subs are Sinisalo, Taylor, Trusty, Kuhn, Kyogo, Yang, Engels, Hatate and Ralston. So a really, really strong bench there if it doesn't work out in the first 50, 60 minutes. Celtic have got 2 teams. It's pretty clear to see that they've got that strength and depth. They've went for a bit of rotation today, but they've also got changes in there if needed in the second half. What's your thoughts on that, Tony?
I think it's a very strong team, Ryan. We called the midfield bang on. Called for Bernardo and Luke McCowan to come in. We thought Scales would come in, but we thought he would come in for Cameron Carter-Vickers more than Trusty. Thought Idah would be in for Kyogo. He is. I think he's using the. He said, Brendan Rodgers said every player would get game time, wouldn't he? So he's freshened it up, and he doesn't want any kind of lethargy after a European game. Sometimes there's a wee lull. So there's enough changes there for guys to make an impact as well. Looking forward to seeing Bernardo from the start, McCowan from the start, and Adam Idah. I think that's, again, talk about it, the middle to front 3, middle 3 and front 3. That's where the game will be won and lost again, in my reckoning. And good to see Scales come back in, because he didn't do much wrong, did he? Just a victim of circumstance with Austin Trusty playing very well and forming a decent partnership with Carter-Vickers. And, maybe that's the arm around Carter-Vickers' shoulder and say, look, I don't want the negativity from the other night with the own goal and stuff, to linger. If I will take you from the squad, people say, oh, it's because he scored an OG, stuff like that. So maybe smart by Rodgers and prudent. And congratulations to Austin Trusty, because I believe him and his partner are celebrating the arrival of their first child. And that'll be some time next year. So maybe give them some family time, Ryan.
Yeah, the locks have been getting plenty of use by these players. I seem to remember Alistair Johnson using it for his engagement as well, either that or Turnbury. I know he was definitely using it for one thing, but I've seen it getting used a couple of times now. So it's great to see them do that in Scotland as well. Great that they've acclimatised well to their new surroundings. Yeah, congratulations to Austin Trusty and his girlfriend or partner, I believe, on the imminent arrival of their first child in March 2025. So yeah, buzzing for them. He hasn't done anything wrong whatsoever, and I think this is now modern football. Rotation is required in games. Yes. I've got no doubt at all that Trusty will start on Wednesday against Aberdeen at Pittodrie. So now it's time. But also you're laying the gauntlet down to Liam Scales. You've got your place back in the team. Put in a good performance that ensures that the manager doesn't take you back out of the team as well. As much as Trusty has been absolutely tremendous, it offers an opportunity for Scales to really put down a marker and get ahead of steam. He'll be desperate to play against his former club. He's got quite a good record against his former club in the past couple of seasons for Celtic, so he'll be wanting to renew that rivalry with Aberdeen. But yeah, I'm just delighted with that whole team, to be honest, Tony. I'm hoping that it works as well as it looks on paper. But Paulo Bernardo, McCowan especially, 2 players that I really think deserve a start today. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do. I think it's McCowan's first start at home, or did he start against Dundee as well?
I'm trying to... I believe he did, yeah. Listen, I think it's crying out for, wasn't it? So it's I'm quite happy that he's freshened it up, and I think I think that team could be bang at it from the start. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all pans out. But yeah, I think Christopher Patterson coming in saying the same thing as he's hoping the team turn up today and start with a high tempo and score a few goals as possible. As long as they get the 3 points, that's always the object of the exercise. Chance to put that scoreboard pressure on again, Ryan. Go 5 clear of Aberdeen, 14 ahead of Rangers for 24 hours at least, because both of those clubs are in action tomorrow. So you've got to take these opportunities when they come along.
They're both in action and they're both in difficult games. I'd say McDermott Park's going to be a difficult game for Rangers. Coming off the back of that Nice result, which was good for them, but they've not been doing it domestically recently, so it's all about putting that pressure back on. Celtic can inflict that pressure on these two teams tomorrow, especially Aberdeen. I've read somewhere that Aberdeen have got a terrible record at Tynecastle, so that's an opportunity tomorrow potentially for Neil Kitchley to get even more momentum going. I know that his team lost in the Europa Conference League during the week, but he'll be desperate to get a win under his belt against Aberdeen. For Celtic, it's all about them today. It's all eyes are on Celtic today. Just don't blink is the message that I would put out to the players. Keep on rolling, keep on going, and keep on getting those 3 points. I think it's good. The rotation's good in the team. You've got veterans in that team that won multiple leagues for Celtic, such as James Forrest, McCowan Idah, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Alistair Johnson as well. Kasper Schmeichel's no stranger to winning leagues either. So they've got veterans in there. It's not as if it's been wholesale changes and the players coming in are just youth prospects. These are all first-team players that probably in another Celtic team would be starting most weeks. Unfortunately for them, the squad is so deep. The depth is there that they don't start every week. But Paulo Bernardo, for me, this has been long overdue. This start. I'm glad that Brendan Rodgers has seen that he deserves a start. I thought he deserved a start last week, never mind this week, but it's not directly affected Celtic's results. I thought he was good when he came on against Club Brugge on Wednesday night, and he deserves his spot. I'm not exactly sure where he's going to play. That's why I put him in the number 10 role. It might be Luke McCowan that plays there, although these positions are very fluid. They move in and out. McGregor will be going further forward. He'll be dropping back. It's very fluid, that middle three. So even if I put them there, it doesn't necessarily mean that they'll play there all the time.
McCowan did start against Dundee. I checked that out as you were speaking there. So yeah, as his second start at home. So he's hoping he grafts the nettle there and puts in a decent performance. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll be bursting to play. But yeah, we've been banging the Paulo Bernardo drum for a long time now. I'm actually delighted to see Idah start. Just think that this is his kind of game today, and I'm fully expecting him to bulge the net. Ryan, I'd be disappointed if he doesn't, and I think he would be disappointed if he didn't. He was talking about that yesterday, wasn't he? In his presser, where he was very open and honest. But I think he's one of those players that I think he'll make his impact today. I think I've got a feeling he'll do something special today.
Yeah, and he'll get service, especially from James Forrest, who's got a really good delivery into the box. You would think that both him and Johnson, they're two good players. They'll be able to work it out with each other. And if not, then Nicholas Kuhn can come on in the second half. Idah, if he isn't playing to his level, then Yang could even come on in the second half. I think you're starting to see with the subs who has necessarily got a future at Celtic, and maybe players that need to leave in January. The players that haven't been called up into the first team I think that's due to the fact that a lot of the subs are playing today, so the first team are in there. In which case, some of the other players that are maybe beyond that don't have a spot in the subs bench. You look at the likes of Navrowski, Palma. These players were brought in last season on big wages, and if they're not making the bench today, then I think their future may lie elsewhere. Starting in January, maybe the summer as well, either temporary or a permanent move away from the club. If Celtic can do that, if Celtic can move these players on that clearly don't have a future at the club, Brendan Rodgers is making it crystal clear that these players are so far out of it at the moment. And if they can sell them on and get those wages back, they can put that into another couple of quality players that are going to directly impact the first team. I look at a left back, I look at a left winger, another striker potentially, a third choice striker. This has got to be the conversations that Brendan Rodgers and Paul Tisdale are having just now. What players are just not going to feature, and it's better just cutting your losses and getting them off the wages. That's me not. I'm not slating these players because they have tried hard when they've played for Celtic, but for whatever reason it's not worked out for them. You can put Oden, Thiago Holm, and Stephen Welsh into that equation as well. If they're happy with their current position, then that's fine. They can play there, or not play there, as the case may be. But if they want to go out and play proper football, then they'll probably need to leave the club. And you can see that with the subs today. You see the players that Celtic are relying on as subs and starters, the usual suspects that are always there, either starting games or on the bench. The players that aren't on the bench today, I think the writing's on the wall for them, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. I'm reading between the lines. I think that's what the manager was telling you yesterday when he opened up about Paul Tisdale's role. I'll save you the small print. We just read everything in the Q&A and you get the gist of what's going on. And I think he was kind of signposting that. And I think the likes of Dorosky, I totally agree, Palma, possibly Thiago Holm and Welsh, I think the writing is on the wall. They'll be certainly willing to listen to any kind of offers that come in for them and possibly arrange loan deals if possible as well and get them out the door. Because I just feel that you say they're not the players that Brendan Rodgers feels he can trust to take Celtic to that next level or where he wants to go. And I think he finds that you'll find that those are the ones that get jettisoned. I totally agree with that. And again, but going back to that 11 today, that for me that's the perfect team today. That's the right team to play today ahead of midweek. And again, I think the manager's called it spot on. Might be saying something different come 4:45 or 5 o'clock, but that's more or less the team we picked in our starting 11, give or take a couple. Forrest and Cameron Carter-Vickers, because we didn't think either of those two would play. So, but the rest we both picked. That's what we wanted to see. And I think most Celtic fans are saying before, you try and tune in to Brendan Rodgers and the way he thinks and what he'll do. And I know we leave it to him to pick the team and we trust him implicitly, but part of our job is to pick a starting 11, and we're always there or thereabouts trying, because you kind of try and pick up on the subtle nuances of what he says in press conferences and the players that are maybe put up. Adam Idah was put up yesterday. That was a surefire sign for me that he was starting. Doesn't always work like that, but it's these are kind of giveaway or signs that I think the manager likes to, the trail of breadcrumbs, call it what you like, to sort of say to you, right, big Adam Idah speaking, he's put up in front of the media because he's going to be playing. I've told him he's playing tomorrow, so I want him to go in, speak to you guys confidently, and then go into the game as confident or in the mood as possible. I could be wrong in that thinking, but I'm happy with it, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm happy with the team as well. I'm particularly happy, like you, I predicted Adam Idah getting in the starting lineup. I think it's perfect for his confidence. As much as I think it was a different game on Wednesday, and I think you need Kyogo to come in deep and play that passage of play that he was doing quite well. He didn't get a lot of touches on the ball against Brugge, but when he was in the ball, he was trying to make things happen. Today's a game for Adam Idah. I think against the physicality of Ross County, you know what they're going to bring to the game, and you know that Adam Idah will give them some back, maybe even more so back. But he's also got that low centre of gravity, despite being 6'2", 6'3", aching motor, despite the fact he's tall. So I think he brings a lot. I think he's a work in progress, but there's definitely signs of progress there. He's mixing it with these players every single day. He's completely secure in his future. It's not as if he needs to worry about going out on loan in January looking for game time. He knows that he's got a long-term deal at Celtic. He's here for the long haul. He's a Celtic supporter. He understands what it means to play for the club. He understands what is required in the big moments, because he showed it last season. I think as the season goes on, he'll be absolutely fine. Those 2 goals against Hearts at the weekend were perfect for him. I think they couldn't have came at a better time for him, because they maybe silenced the doubters a little bit towards the end of the game. Yep. I know that they weren't massive goals in the grand scheme of things, but still, that third goal, it's a cushion. Then Hearts score, and 2-1 and 3-1 are completely different in the game. And then when he scores that penalty to make it 4-1, it's good that he's finally righted that wrong that he had at Tynecastle from last season. I think that shows character. I want to see him score a couple of goals. I'd love to see him get a hat-trick today and really lay the gauntlet down, say, right, you can't take me out of this team ahead of Wednesday. That's what I want to see from these players. Make it a problem for Brendan Rodgers to pick his team on Wednesday. I think that's got to be the message for the players out there today.
And I think that's exactly what the manager have said. You probably have told him, I've got a team in mind for Wednesday. Change my mind. Give me a headache. You're getting an opportunity. I've told everybody that over this ultra marathon they'll get their opportunity, and that's what you have. You know, it doesn't really matter, external and outside forces. I've said before, the only people that players need to impress is themselves and the manager. And lots of guys have got an opportunity to do that today, and I'm quite happy with that. Get your scoreline predictions coming in, guys. Myself and Ryan will give you theirs. Give ours, at the end of the broadcast. But we're still doing our deal, Ryan, aren't we? Our Black Friday deal. It's still ongoing up until Tuesday, I believe. That's right, yeah.
Yeah, let me just bring it up 2 wee seconds. Yes, thank you to everybody that has taken us up on this offer thus far, guys. But we need, basically, we need more. We need more people to join the subscription offer. Get 1 year of the Celtic Way for only £12. You can enjoy an entire year of unlimited web and app access for less this Black Friday weekend. This deal is only on until Tuesday night. So if you join £12 for 12 months of access, you'll be up until the 30th of November 2025. Plus, you'll get a free made by Frankie Brendan Rodgers. You'll get a free made by Frankie Brendan Rodgers print. I will just bring it up just now. Here is what it looks like. It's a playing card. Let's go all in, guys. Let's go all in and subscribe to the Celtic Way this Black Friday weekend. This is the card that you should play. £12 for 12 months, and you'll get access to this fantastic print made by Frankie. Thank you to everybody that's done so far. We need more though. We need to keep on pushing and getting bigger. You guys are the lifeblood of the Celtic Way. Without you guys, we could not continue to function. So if you haven't already done so, please do so. And yeah, thank you to everybody that's taken us up on this offer. Tony, is there anything else you want to add with regard to that?
No, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody, and thank you to the 516 that are watching. Incredible numbers for the pre-match briefing. They always are. We appreciate it greatly. But no, I can only echo what Ryan says. Please take it up a year of access to everything on the website and the app. A year subscription, £12 for a year. We think it's remarkable value and tremendous. It's a tremendous deal. So if you can and you're in a position to, please take it up, because as we say, subscriptions is a huge part of what we do, an integral part of what we do. And we want to keep coming at you daily at 10 o'clock in the morning with the morning briefing and all sorts of top quality journalism. So, yeah, it helps us no end. So we thank everybody. We thank our existing subscriber base, and we thank our new subscribers who are coming on board. And as we said yesterday, they made by Frankie cards, something special. It's a fantastic souvenir and well worth it. So thank you for that. Predictions, Ryan, lots of them coming in. I will read a few out. Stephen F, 4-1, come on you boys in green. Anthony Murphy, 3-0, Celtic won the hoops. Sons of Scotland, Arnie to score coming off the bench, 3-0. That's an interesting one. 4-0 says Robert Fitzpatrick, and he's in St Ives and Cornwall. John Finnegan saying 3-0, Celtic back to winning ways today. Gary McComb saying 6-1. Dylan Murray saying 3-0. James Forrest anytime. Brian McGarry saying 6 changes. Take maybe half an hour to gel, but hopefully not. And he's going for 3-0. And Jackie Dillon, echoing your sentiments, Ryan, 5-0 today. She's supremely confident, she's saying.
I'm not using those words anymore after Wednesday. No, they are banned from my thesaurus.
You'll never walk alone paradise. Easy 3-0 to the champions, he's saying. Graham Caldwell, afternoon, Graham. How you doing? St Mirren fan, but joins us a lot on the bulletin. Ronan Hales is Ross County's best player. Celtic snuff him out, then it could be an early goal. He reckons it could be 5-0 easily. Celtic follower saying 4-0. Chris Murray saying 3-0. Mark Fairfield saying 5-1. 420 somewhere, 3-0. All kind of very much routine Celtic wins, Ryan. John Milan saying 4-0. 4-0 the tick saying Arthur Higgy Higgins as well. Hazel Finn going for 4-0. Mary Moyne saying 3-1 to the boys. A cool and calm 3-0 says Ross Murphy. And Anti-Fast Start saying 7-0. Someone due a hammering. There's a big scoreline, Ryan. 3-0 says Shora Morrison. Jamie Forrest to score, and Helen Feeks, regular contributor, saying 3-1.
I hope James Forrest scores today, because he's not scored this season, and I want him to keep that run going. I know that he's got a new deal. He's contracted to the end of next season. I want to see him get as close to this record as possible in terms of consecutive seasons. I don't know the record exactly. I read it quickly a couple of weeks ago. I know that he's about 2 or 3 seasons off the record. I'd love to see him break it. Hopefully he's up to that level, 2 or 3 seasons. He is in the position to break it, but keep on going. I want to see him score in consecutive seasons, because it's an absolutely incredible number that he's on at the moment. Yeah, I think he'd be the most popular goal scorer today.
Yeah, he would be. Ray coming in saying 5-0. He's hailing from Vietnam, Ryan. There you go. Hope you're enjoying it, Ray. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Derek Smith saying, why not 7-7? Saying, someone said 7-0 earlier. Joseph Macwell saying 6-0. Either getting a hat-trick, Forrest, McGregor and McCowan. Celtic Boy J 4-0, Craig Young 5-1, and here's one, Ryan. Cousin Kenny TV could be the 10 today. He's saying that's
wild. This is wild.
I'd love that. It is wild. I would love that, but yeah. But hey, there's just a measure of the confidence. Craig Rankin saying 4-0, and Henrik McLaughlin asking the question, European hangover. I think that's why there's been 6 changes in the team, Henrik McLaughlin. So hopefully to avoid something like that. We hope that the guys that come in are champing at the bit to play and produce, and also put themselves in the equation for Wednesday night at Pittodrie against Aberdeen, which is going to be another cracker. Craig Rankin 4-0. There you go. But indeed, lots of confidence abounding, right, as you would expect. So it's the way Celtic are going just now. They're unbeaten domestically so far, so I would fully endorse the Celtic supporters saying that Celtic will win by a few clear, but they didn't win by a few clear in Dingwall. It was a stuffy game, so be very mindful of that. Took a late goal by Kuhn to settle the issue, Ryan.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a late goal by Kuhn to settle it this thing, because he's on the bench. Don't want him coming off the bench unless he really needs to. I want him fresh. I want him fit and fresh for the Aberdeen game on Wednesday. So in an ideal world, you'd want him to completely sit out the game. As much as I'd like to see him on the park, because I think he's very entertaining, I'd like Kuhn to stay on the bench and only come on in an emergency. I'll give him a quick prediction, because I'll need to head down the road in about 5 minutes or so. I'm going to go for 4-0 Celtic. I think there'll be goals for Celtic today. I think Idah will get at least 2. I think.
I know we don't often pick the same scoreline, but that's the one I had in mind as well. So I think
I've seen quite a few 4-0s with Celtic in Ross County. It seems to be a popular scoreline, especially at home. So that's the one I'm going with. I think Idah will score at least 2 today.
To keep the Frankie theme for playing trump cards, I'll play trump cards as well with you and go snap and say 4-0 as well. All right, I'll put your Brendan Rodgers card down as well and say 4-0 to Celtic. So, but yeah, I think that's just a reflection of the fact that we implicitly trust the manager and those players to get the job done today. And interested to see. I want to see how Vai plays as well. Get a cracking assist the other night and made a real impact, didn't he? So, yeah, interested to see how he does. Antifa start coming back in. Enjoy the game, troops. We do a great job. He only gets to tune in live at the weekends and night games, but look forward to the channel settling in, and he's watching after his work. So keep it up. That's very kind. Really appreciate that. And again, we say thank you to everybody who has taken up the subscription offer, Black Friday offer, £12 for 12 months of access to everything that's written on the web. And then also you get that free made by Frankie artwork, renowned artist made by Frankie. It's worth having. And also, as Ryan just flashed up there, support the channel and get notified whenever we go live. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. That's absolutely free. You can do that as well. Somewhere about the 12,500 mark there, Ryan, I believe. Is that right?
We're growing exponentially, which is good. We want to keep on going.
Indeed. Well, Ryan, I will let you make your way to the stadium and enjoy today. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching it, enjoy it. It's always result dependent. Myself and Ryan will be back on for the post-match. Hopefully another 3 points will be in the bag. Celtic will have moved 5 points ahead of Aberdeen and 14 ahead of Rangers, temporarily at least. So we hope that's the the outcome today. But yeah, enjoy it, and we shall see you both. Well, both of us will see you all soon. I think that's the words I was trying to say there, Ryan. Indeed, when all the work's done, but you can check it all out. There'll be the instant analysis, there'll be the player ratings, there'll be Q&As, they'll be all up there, and then we'll be back on live to talk through Celtic versus Ross County today. Enjoy it, Ryan.
Thank you very much. Hope you guys all enjoy it too, wherever you are watching. And fingers crossed for another 3 points. Celtic well on their way to another title, you would hope.